Well, hello and welcome to another video. Bridewell Park we're at today. I'm going to do a lens review of this. I don't know if you can see that. 200-800 Canon. Let's get into the video. Well, welcome to this video. This video is a lens review about the 200-800 Canon RF lens. We're going to go from minimum, maximum apertures with minimum and maximum focal length as well, so you can see a varied part of the lens and see what it's actually like. And any good and any bad parts, I'll give you a rating at the end of the video on what I think it is out of 10. This lens, I'm focusing down this field. Now when I show you this, you're going to think, what the hell is he shooting down there for? The reason was there was a load of deer down there, and the moment I got all the gear set up, guess what? They decided to wander away. Very nice. But what I'm shooting at was down there. There's these trees you can see. There's like a silver birch in the middle, and all the deer were on the ground just underneath them. So I thought, that'll make a nice shot to test the lens with. Wrong. Well, it's not actually. I can go for the silver birch, but I'm going to just, the reason for the shot down to that is basically, as I've said in previous videos, it's not to be a perfect photograph. It gives us something to focus on, basically, so that it's you can get an idea of what the lens is like to use. The first shot I'm going to do is going to be 200mm. This is going to be set with a high and low aperture. The lowest aperture it will go to is f32, and I say the lowest is the smallest hole, and the smallest hole is f32. Now that one, I've got to set the focal length is 200mm, f32, and it's 1/40th of a second. And the ISO, see if I can bring that to what I can bring that down to. The first shot is going to be 200mm, 1/8th of a second, f32, and an ISO of 100. I'll take this shot and I'll put it up, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk you through the lens before I do any more. Right, the tools available with this lens are image stabilizer, which I have set to on. We've got autofocus, which is the AF, control ring, and manual focus. Now, I don't know, being totally honest, what that button does. I do not know. So if anybody would like to tell me in the comments what it does, it'd be much appreciated, because I haven't got a clue. Also, we've got on here, we've got a smooth and tighten ring here. Now what this does is when you focus, that's now, if I make that tight, that's as tight as that will go. So that's quite a lot of tension on there when I zoom that right in. That's still on tight. And then if I want to make it easier to do, if I twist that down to smooth like that, I can then move it out and that's smoother. It looks not, it is in fact actually easier to turn. It looks like it's not because I've got bad hands, I can't move my fingers anymore. That's what that's all about. As you can see, when it zoomed right out, at 800, that's the length of it, so that's quite a big beast. Zoom right out. It comes with a lens cap, lens, whatever it's called. I can't remember. Yes, it does come with a lens cap as well. You've got a shoe there, and like a lot of these shoes, this is a K&F tripod. It does fit, but they're quite inclined to come off because they're never quite wide enough, in my opinion, or they don't put enough emphasis on these shoes, because remembering this shoe takes a lot of weight. It's taking the camera and it's taking that huge lens as well, so that needs to be a good fit on there. And I don't think personally that is a brilliant fit, because it will come off. If I force that, I'm not going to do it, because I know what I'll do is I'll drop it, but I might be able to. I'll try. There you go, that's come straight off and that's tight on there. As you can see, I'll put it back on the shoe back in there now, but that is not the safest of shoes. I've come across this with other lenses as well. 60-600, which I had, that was not good like that. I had to put some sort of adapter plate between there and the tripod, and even then it wasn't perfect. It was stronger than this one, but hey ho, that's what it is. And there's the lens cap as well. There you go, that's in place, so that all fits and works. Take that off, done, ready to shoot. Also on these newer Canon lenses, on these rings there's a button. Can you see that button on there, just at the bottom? What that does is that locks into position when you put this on the lens. See it moving there? Right, what this does is that there's a red dot and a red dot together. If you put those together on there and twist, that clips into place and that won't come off. The only way you'll get that off is to press that button, which I can't find now because it's gone around to the other side. There it is. You press that button in and that will, you can then remove it. What we'll move on to now, as you can see there, that's the shot of the tree I've just taken. Shot number 2 I'm going to do. This is going to be on maximum zoom, 800, which is quite close to that tree. But anyway, you'll get to see the idea of it. As I said earlier, the idea is to get this one close, and it's on a tripod so that I can adjust the speed of the lens okay, so otherwise it becomes difficult to handle. But saying that, this lens is very, very good using it handheld. And the reason for that, in my opinion, is the weight of it. This lens weighs just over 2 kilos. Now you think 2 kilos is heavy, but when you consider the 60-600 I had, which I've now sold and replaced it with this, that weighed 3.2 kilos. So that is heavy. And when you're walking around doing a shoot, or walking this with a distance with that does become extremely heavy. It's not fun. This one being another kilo lighter was the only reason I really changed it. Because as I said before, I've got bad hands, so I can't open my hands any more than that. Believe it or not, that's the fact. Anyway, that's the reason why I changed it, which means I can hold it a lot easier as well. And this lens is usable handheld, believe it or not. and I've got shots of it handheld, and I'll put one up at the end of the video so you can see a picture I've taken handheld with it. Right, remembering now that this second shot is with the aperture at its smallest, which means it's the largest number this lens will go to with this on this, and that's an f32, and this is actually focused on the base of that tree. The same tree, nothing's moved, the tripod's in the same place. Obviously I haven't moved the tree, but this is zoomed in now at 800mm of a second speed wise, and the ISO is 100 and f32. 1/1/8 of a second, I should have said. Anyway, I'll take this shot and I'll put this one up for you, and you'll see what it's like at 800mm. I've now changed the f-stop to the largest it will open with this lens, and that is 6.3. I'll double check that just to be on the safe side. Yeah, it's f6.3. That's the largest aperture you're going to get with a lens like this. So that means the speed of the camera has now got faster. We're looking at 1/500th of a second, and the focal length on this one is 200mm. Because we're in at 200, I've zoomed back out again. Or, well, you can see the whole of the tree, I should say. Oh, what a wally. Anyway, I'll leave it on a 2-second timer like my previous shot, and I'll take this one and I'll put it up, and you can have a look and see what you think. It's now at 800mm, and the f-stop is the maximum it will open up to is 0.9, and you're looking at the speed of 1/800th of a second. And this is the base of the tree again. I know it's only a base of the tree, but I was hoping that the deer would have stayed, but I think the wife was taking some shots and she must have scared them off. Anyway, this is shot number 4, 2-second timer at the base, remembering this is 800mm. Right, just to prove this thing can be used handheld, whereas my other one I couldn't use it handheld because it weighed too much. I'm just going to take a shot of a tree that's in bloom here by hand, so you can see what it's like. Right, get myself ready. Now the sun's coming out, which is not a bad idea. Right, I'm looking at 1640 640th of a second, f8, ISO is 200, and it's at 200mm. Yep, and I left it on a 2-second timer handheld, which was not a good idea, but I did. Anyway, let me turn that off, and I'll do one at 800. There's an old shack or a house over in the distance. What I'll do is I'll take a shot of that and at 800 for you. Right, it's only an old barn, so it's not going to be a massive, great, lovely photograph. It's just going to be a picture. So you can see it can be used handheld. All you can see is the roof, I'm afraid, but it's still a shot. So 1/400th of a second, f9, ISO is 250, and focal length is 800mm. Well, thank you very much for watching this video. The 200-800 Canon R-mount lens. Now my score, as I said earlier, my rating for this, oh, sorry, the wife's on the phone now. Hello dear, hello. I'm up the hill. I'm right behind a tree, a great big tree. I am. I'll wave to you. Are you up the hill? There I am, see? Can you see me? No. Can you? You're standing in the middle of the field, aren't you? Oh yeah, that's me, yes. I'm just finishing off and I'll be back down, okay? I'll see you in a minute. Bye bye, bye bye. Oh, women. And any women, what should I go? Blokes. Now where was I? 200-800 Canon. I'm going to give this a score, which I'm going to put up there, of 7. Or shall I make it 8? I think I'm going to have an 8. I'll give it an 8, I think. My reasoning for that is really that shoe. Because that shoe on there is nice and good. You can grip, it's big. But the gripping onto the tripod is not good. Why don't the lens manufacturers, yeah, not just camera, but the lens manufacturers, some of them just do lenses, lens manufacturers and tripod manufacturers, or speak to each other, or check the products before they send them out to people, because that is an expensive lens. Roughly about, today's price is about 2,000 quid. Now you don't want that dropping off on the floor and breaking, do you? Because I certainly don't. So hey, anyway, that's my advice to them. Talk to each other. It would help people, consumers like me and lots of others, buy your products. I'd just like to say thank you very much for watching this video. Remember, it's a rating of 8 up there. And I'll catch you on the next video. This is me from Bridewell Park Estate, minus the deer, which never turned up, signing out and saying goodbye. See you on the next one.